All right, guys. So if you are watching this video, it's probably because you want to escape the employee life and because you want to run a bookkeeping business the right way. In this video, I want to teach you everything that helps set me apart from the average bookkeeper out there. I talk to hundreds of bookkeepers now. I do coaching consultations. So if you're interested in booking a time with me to talk, I charge a fee for it. But I talk to tons of bookkeepers. And I have found that what other people are doing is hurting them. And people think, the bookkeepers out there think that the more they do, the more valuable they'll be and the more profitable they'll be. And I'm here to tell you that that actually is not correct. The less you do, the better life you will have, the better bookkeeping business you will have. And I want to talk to you guys about those things. And so if you want to escape the rat race of an employee life that you live, if you want to be your own boss, if you want to have control over your life, if you want to have control over your time, over your money, then you have to start a bookkeeping company. You just have to, especially if you're an accountant, if you're good with numbers, if you love spreadsheets. This is the best business to get into. I am living proof of that. I started my business about 4 years ago. When I was an employee, I was making $75,000, $80,000 per year. Now, 4 years into it, I'm making last year in 2025, I made $220,000 in profit. My revenue was about $280,000. And guys, it's amazing. Like, the bookkeeping industry is incredible and it's the best time to start it. There aren't enough good bookkeepers. And so that's why I do these YouTube videos, is because we need more good bookkeepers. I feel like I have information that is helpful to people. And so I'm happy to share what's worked for me. I'm not trying to hold it tightly. I'm not trying to hide anything. I want you guys to be as successful as me. And if I can do it, you can certainly do it too. I barely made it through college. I barely made it as an employee. And the value that my boss gave me as an employee was 4 times less than the value that I actually have as a self-employed business owner. And so let's get into it, guys. Why most bookkeepers fail and what you can do about it, and why my quote unquote boring model actually works better. So number one, guys, the first thing that sets me apart is I do bookkeeping monthly. So I don't do weekly bookkeeping. I don't do daily bookkeeping. I'm not jumping into the client's accounts, periodically throughout the month, randomly. I'm not checking in with the client. I don't have client calls. I do monthly bookkeeping after the close of the month. So the previous 31 days of transactions get added in bulk in one sitting. I do this for a number of reasons. Number one, it really keeps me efficient. I can jump into the client, I can I can add the transactions, I can reconcile the accounts. I have the bank statements, I have the POS system reports, I have the payroll reports. I have everything I need to get the job done in one sitting. If you're jumping in periodically, the more you jump and touch a client, the more time that gets wasted, the more your day gets thrown off. Try to do things in one sitting. So when I do a client, I try to block out about an hour of my time, and I just go all in on that one client, and I'm ultra efficient. That's allowed me to grow my business to 53 clients now. And like I said, it isn't killing me. I'm working 30, maybe 35 hours per week. I never work after hours. And it's because of this model. I'm not doing more than once per month. Clients will call me, I'll get emails, I'll respond to those. But in terms of the actual bookkeeping work, I'm doing that after the close of the month. And some of my clients don't even care about the timing. So they get a discount, and they get their books delivered like 25 days after the close of the month. So there's no pressure for me. I have my work spread out after the close of the month, and it's just a great system. Another thing I do, guys, that a lot of people don't do is I say no to other services. A lot of bookkeepers think that they need to be the tax guru. They need to be up to date on sales tax compliance. They need to be able to analyze and provide projections and forecasts and budgets and do CFO level work. You don't need to do that. Bookkeepers think that they need to manage receipts. They think that they need to be responsible for their clients' businesses, or they think that they need to do bill pay or invoicing. Guys, as a bookkeeper, you're responsible. In my opinion, the best business to set up is the business that focuses on the historical transactions. You're not worried about necessarily, I mean, I care about my client's success, but I'm not responsible for my client's success. I show them how their business has done historically. I don't help them on an ongoing basis for the future of their business. That's what a CFO is for, in my opinion. And I definitely don't do taxes. That's what a CPA is for. And I definitely don't do, and I tried at first, I don't do payroll. That's what the payroll companies are for. And so as a bookkeeper, focus on bookkeeping. Don't try to take over the CPA's job. You're not going to win. Don't try to be a better payroll provider. You're not going to win. Be a good bookkeeper and focus exclusively on that. I provide financial statements on a monthly basis, and I do QuickBooks management. So what that means is I manage their QuickBooks. I add their transactions in their bank feed. I match the deposits to the invoices. I match the transfers between accounts. I reconcile everything, all the credit cards, all the bank accounts. I reconcile those on a monthly basis. I keep the chart of accounts clean. I provide clean financial statements every single month so that the business owners know where their money's going on a monthly basis. Now, my business owners, they can't just jump into QuickBooks halfway through the month and see how they're doing halfway through the month. And so that's kind of, that's just something I had to explain to them up front, that they need to wait for me to email them the financial statements in order for them to have accurate financials, to have accurate data. And honestly, guys, business owners don't care. Business owners want to know that their bookkeeping is taken care of. They want to know that on a monthly basis, they can see how their business is doing. Most business owners, especially small business owners, don't need to know where their money's going on a daily basis. That's a different job. That's like what a CFO does. That's what an in-house accountant would do. As an outsourced bookkeeper, we just need to stay on top of it, and we need to take care of it so that the client, the business owner, doesn't have to worry about it. So I say no to other services. The third thing I do is I don't stress about perfectionism, okay? I'm not a type A accountant. And this might be hard to hear from a lot of accountants. Most accountants are probably type A. I focus on the things that I can control, okay? I'm a really good bookkeeper. I do excellent accounting for my clients. And there's two things I worry about, guys. I worry about what I can control, and so I do the best that I can with the information that's available to me, and I worry about getting paid. You gotta get paid, and you gotta do your best. There are some things that are not in your control. You can't control whether a client is gonna send you the information on a timely basis. Now, here's something I did to solve that, is one thing I do to alleviate the need to rely on the client is I require view-only access to their bank accounts. This is not the client's login information. You're not trying to get a code from their phone. You have your own login. Almost every big bank allows the user to add a view-only user. And so I have my own access, my own login information to all of my clients' bank accounts. So I can go in, I can download the bank statements, I can view the check images, I can view the deposit images, and I have that at my disposal. I get access to their payroll systems, their POS platforms. Obviously, I have access to their QuickBooks. And so I get all that together. But even with that stuff, which a lot of bookkeepers don't even have access to that stuff, which I don't know how they do it. Even without that stuff, there's still going to be questions that are outstanding. There are going to be problems that are unsolved. There are going to be mysteries that you just can't get to the bottom of right away. And some bookkeepers stress about that, and they can't sleep at night because they don't have the information that they need. In my opinion, if you're getting paid, if you're doing the bulk of the work, if you're doing as much as you can, and if you're following up with the client on a monthly basis about these things, that's all you can do. That's the best you can do. And so don't worry as much. Don't pound the client. Don't be a nag to the client. You're on their team. And honestly, guys, the business owner's priority is their business. It's not bookkeeping. Like, bookkeeping is not their priority. That's why they hired you to do the bookkeeping. And so you got to work with them on their timetable. You got to be patient with them, and you have to be firm sometimes. I'm not saying you shouldn't ask the client for this information, but don't be annoying about it. Don't be an annoying bookkeeper. You're on their team. You don't work for the IRS. You don't even work for their CPA. You work for them, and you are their you're there at their disposal, and you do what they ask you to do in terms of the bookkeeping, and not anything more than the bookkeeping. Okay. And when they go to file their taxes at the end of the year, that's when, unfortunately, this is just how it works. That's when they'll wake up. That's when their eyes will be opened. That's when they will reach out to you, and they will give you the information that you need, because they're gonna want their books ready for tax purposes, and that's just, you got to take advantage of that moment. The CPA will probably tell them that they need to, clean up their books, and then the business owner will follow up with you, and you'll get it done. So eventually, the books will be accurate, and they will have everything included, but it's not guaranteed on a monthly basis. And I don't let that hold me up from continuing on and moving on to the next client. Okay. So that's number 3. Number 4, you got to charge fixed fees, guys. Do not fall prey to the hourly rate. Now, I do hourly rates every once in a while. I charge $150 per hour for special projects, for things that, I just have zero clue. Maybe I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. But I do that rarely. I do that maybe once per month on like a special case scenario. You have to, especially for the monthly and cleanups and catch-ups, you have to charge a fixed fee. And I know it's scary to charge a fixed fee, because what if you got it wrong, blah, blah, blah. I have a whole video about my pricing in my most recent video before this one. And I get into more detail on that, but you have to charge a fixed fee. You will not be profitable as a bookkeeping business if you don't do a fixed fee, and you're going to be penalized for efficiency. So, and you're going to be penalized for finding tools and, getting better at the client. You got to charge a fixed fee. My average price per client is about $400 per month. That's like the average I charge, but a lot of clients fall in the $300 per month. I have a few clients that are, $750 or higher that I charge per month, but you got to do the fixed monthly amount. And then lastly, guys, you got to shed the bad clients. In the beginning, when you're desperate and you need to find clients, whatever, take on those bad clients. If you're really desperate and you just want to get your foot in the game and you want to learn bookkeeping, accept whatever, get experience. But once you get, in my opinion, once you get to like 20 to 25 clients, once you become self-sufficient, it's time to shed the bad clients, the clients that are sucking your time, and more importantly, the clients that are sucking your energy. Energy is just as important as time, because your energy is valuable. Your energy is your life. If you don't have energy when you go home to your family at night, then what's the point? If you don't have energy when you go to the gym in the morning, then what's the point? If you're giving your energy to bad clients, it's going to suck the life out of your business. You're not going to enjoy your work. Guys, I have honestly the best life in the world. I have an amazing business. I have a young family at home. I have my own house. I just have control over my life. And it's only possible because I have said no to certain projects and certain clients. I've been firm about the work that I take on. I've been firm about what I don't do and what I do. And honestly, it's allowed me to grow my bookkeeping business in a sustainable way. I have one employee now, which is amazing. She's offshore in the Philippines, and she does the monthly recurring work for me. I mean, I manage all the relationships. I do the cleanups and onboarding. I send the emails out, and I review, obviously, all of the work that she does. But I work closely with her, but it's only possible because of the way that I've built my business. I've built a repeatable system every single month, and it makes life easy. And so, guys, that's the video. That's what I wanted to talk about. If you have any questions, or if you want to talk about your personal, if you want to talk about where you're at personally, then feel free to book a time with me. I'll put a link in the description for how you can do that. It's $150 per half an hour session, and we can talk about where you're at. I can help motivate you to get started, and I can answer any questions that you have. Or if you want to just drop a comment in this video, I might respond to it. I might not, no guarantees. But guys, if you liked this video, please like it. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoy this content, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.